Welcome back to a new gameplay session. This time I'll be making a new video of While You Were Gaming, a series about current events and, well, not only political but, well, all kinds of events, so to speak. This time I'll be, focusing most of my analysis, and it's not. Oh dear!
You're really making my skin crawl.
It's not only. Oh dear, like so.
Oh man! Ow!
Alright.
Hate
Okay,
this!
this is a bad idea. Trying to take out this pistol. So this is not a scene from future United States. I guess not. So there's police after me. I can't even grab a car. See me out on the go here. So what this video is mostly going to be about is there's a lot of speculation. That's one thing. Oh dear, the police is after me, which is obviously a bad thing. I'll be making my exit pretty quickly. So this is GTA 5 on PlayStation 3. Okay, red lights. That's one thing. Okay, that's pretty unnerving. Can use a sports car instead of this SUV. So I'll be moving down the suburbs. Okay, that's not good. That's not a good thing. I'm trying to make an analysis when there's a lot of cops after me. But what I was saying about the topic of this episode is about the seeming quickening or the acceleration of a string of events that could lead to the demise of the society we used to and we're currently living in. So you might think that this is the information age or the early 21st century of the internet and information age versus the late period of the 20th century. So many things going on. The economic point of view is the economic collapse, the financial crisis, or the. Okay, this is a dead end. Yes. So the financial crisis is one thing. Then there's the theme of the war against terror. Globalization and how the economy and the structure of economy is constantly changing, and all the global wars and terrorism that's currently stranding within the United States. I'm obviously talking about the events in New York City and New Jersey and Minnesota this past weekend. All those kinds of things, and obviously the economic things, the problems with the banks. Lately in Europe there's the issue of the previous financial crisis 2008 and the
originally known as
interest rates and subprime settlement of Deutsche Bank that's in Europe, and on the other hand, part of this economic warfare between nations and continents. As in Europe, there's earlier one a few weeks back. There was this case with Apple and some taxes that Ireland was trying to get Apple to pay to them, and there are several cases of this going around the world. I guess it was in Indonesia that was going after some of that tax revenue they thought they might be able to snatch at this point that everybody's making claims down. Guess I managed to make my escape. So that's also the one thing, that's the economic warfare with as you can see, everybody's running away. That's the thing with guns. Quite awful, all the people running away, but it's obviously scary. It's randomly shooting and everybody is in mayhem. So that's going to have the fear around that, and what's happening currently in New York. It will have tremendous effects and negative effect to that extent, and it's all going to contribute to the current economic, downfall that's going on. It's been covered up currently, but I guess sooner or later it will surface and it will become so evident that. But that's one thing altogether. And then there's the terrorism and the war aspect, and all the hanky-panky and misinformation and potential surprises concerning at least in the global issue is the same with the war and the terror, and the financial stuff is all worldwide. Then there's the United States presidential elections. That is, I guess, last 50 days the election will be held. I guess November 8th. So that's roughly 50 days, or little less over. Okay, that was awful. Little more than 2 months. Still people still running. Okay, this is close to Michael's home.
No swimming.
That guy went away.
Golf courses in the desert. Sure, you may have to pay the piper sometime, but let's all work together to make sure it's not just yet.
So there's always the possibility that, and the current campaign situation with former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's decline in health, and all the rumors and seeming conspiracies of her body doubles and medication, and well, her reputation is one thing, and the campaign is in full damage control. The Donald has the momentum at this point, and all any kind of let's say terrorism or that sort of mayhem will play to his campaign. But there are many things that might happen. There's of course the WikiLeaks. They might have some dirt on Clinton, even more dirt than usual. There's been pretty much, and her campaign is at standstill, and the media is in full on cover-up mode. But that's just some of the things that are on the surface. There's obviously the situation going on in the Middle East and in Syria most notably. There's the situation with Okay, this car is pretty fast. Situation in Turkey and in Syria, and now the United States-led coalition.
Didn't hurt. Didn't hurt. Didn't hurt.
Non-stop.
Unforgettable memories.
It's pretty fast, this car.
And today.
Oh dear. That was a terrible choice. Jump out of a moving car. What else is there? Marksman rifle. What's going on now? Alright. They just drove away. So that's the situation in Syria, where United States-led coalition,
Sorry, but I need
let's say, or they claimed it was by accident that they bombed the Syrian army base and killed about 60 soldiers there. And that of course led to some kind of, that led to most noticeably now under the UN meeting that's currently being held in New York, that led to some pretty rough words concerning pretty rough words concerning the Russians were accusing the United States being helpers of Daesh or ISIS in Syria, which they are to an extent, or some of the factions around there. I guess it's the CIA in this case that's supporting the Al-Qaeda affiliates, whereas Pentagon is supporting the Kurds and that kind of stuff. Well, that's just one of the focal points. There was going to be a truce between the rebels and the government, or the coalition fighting. Whether they were going to continue fight against the ISIS still, but this time. But this latest attack against Syrian forces, airstrike, put the whole truce on hold, I guess, or ended it before it could even start. So that's most likely the thing that's bugging there. Aha, so police there. But this game is just more about chilling and driving aimlessly. Oh dear. Trying to get away from police. 2-star police isn't that bad. But those are some of the things that we are going to have to keep our eyes aimed at. There's the political arena, the economic ups and downs and mischief, and the central bank policies. And all that is, of course, everything is, everything is interconnected.
Jesus, oh no!
Oh no.
You should get some help with that personality of yours. Oh my god!
Taking this car. Oh dear, this is not suitable for internet or YouTube, I guess, under the new guidelines. Threatening with violence, especially white male
Has a silver lining.
with guns.
The automobile industry is booming thanks to the complete catastrophe where hundreds of thousands.
So this is I'm playing as Michael, GTA 5 on PlayStation 3. Well, that's the side thing. Let's move about. I guess I'll be wrapping this video up pretty much. The main point is that I'm not sure, but there's been several serious predictions about that something significant is going to happen in the next few months. Something that is, you know, compared to all the other things we've seen lately, is going to be groundbreaking, even something that will change the lives of all of us in this planet forever. But that's just some of the predictions that's been made, and we just have to keep our eyes peeled. It's interesting time to be alive and be able to analyze the situation going on, home and abroad. In my case, in Finland, things are getting worse day by day on all possible, you know, aspects of life and economy and you know, employment and well, the clash of civilizations and that kind of stuff. It's really heated right now, but I guess that similar thing is going on all over the world, and the trends and influence and that kind of stuff is, you know, that kind of mental movements are quite of this day and spread quite fast. And if something significant happens around the world, and it will have repercussions similar to a butterfly effect on the other side of the earth, and something extraordinary is most likely going to happen, even if it's not as significant as I've, you know, claimed here beforehand. It's still going to be interesting, and I want you to be prepared. Okay, thanks for watching.